Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, and there's something beautiful I'd like to share with you today. If we can get past our sentiments of ethnicity and religion, there is no country on earth that will be as prosperous as Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Razak. He's Hausa, and he works in partnership with Kalu, who is Igbo. Igbo Hausa partnership. If the rest of Nigeria can embrace this methodology, there is no limit to the potential of our growth, and nothing, and I mean nothing, can outshine Nigeria as a country. I have K Auto Detailing. I like to call him Kayode, even though his name is Kalu. Kalu is, you're an engineer, civil engineer. He's a civil engineer, but he loves cars so much. Sometimes we're passing by a car that is looking rickety, and Kalu say, I want to go and do this car. I'm like, there's no hope for this. This car is done. Let's look for luxury cars to be. The guy say, no. I just want to show the owner of this car that that paint can still come back to life. Exactly. But you know, today we're talking, as we always do, because I live in a community of very wonderful people. Once I'm outside, all my neighbors will gather and we'll start talking. So we're chatting today, and Kay told me of his experience in the northern part of Nigeria where he did his NYSC. And there's one thing he told me. He said they would come home and see heaps of yam. And the indigents would be like, you guys are youth corpers. You don't have much money. Let's give you some food. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, well, it all started when I went for my NYSC in Niger State. I served in Mina. I lived in an area called Meitumbi. It's actually Hausa dominated. I think we were practically the only Igbo people. Just like 3 of us, there were only Igbo people in that area. So whenever we come home from work, I worked in Subject construction under Ministry of Works in Niger State. We come home from work, we see tubers of yam, we see rice, a lot of other foodstuffs, and we're like, who would keep this thing here? I mean, we get angry at first, and like, who is keeping all these things here? And they're like, no, sorry. They're coming from the farm, and they think we deserve what they harvested to share with us. I mean, I've never really been in a community where they are so hospitable to strangers. They are kind, they greet you, they want to practically help you do everything. And we're not even from the same tribe, religion, but they were so nice to us. I mean, I've never really experienced that, and I keep talking about it years and years and years and years to come. And
you told me that when you were leaving the place, you left your...
Yes, I gave them everything I had because I was so happy. They accepted me. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. They were so welcoming.
Now, before you went to the north to live in the north, there has been a perception of the north, especially people from the east, that the northerners are wicked people. Did you see that?
At all, nothing like that. Probably one or two people back in the years might have having a misunderstanding, and they moved it along to ethnicity and tribalism just to separate the two tribes. I mean, it's not what it is. These are people, these are human. We shouldn't learn to judge people by their tribe or religion. We are all one. We're supposed to stick together and make everything grow. I mean, look at my partnership with my friend Razak. I mean, people look at us, we're from 2 different tribes, to religion and everything, but we work together, we joke. I mean, we're together. This is just a partnership, still growing, no issues, no nothing. This is almost 2 years now.
3 years. Who would have believed Hausa and Igbo? Now, do you think that one of the things holding Nigeria back is the fact that we are not ready to accept one another as brothers?
Yes, 100%, I accept that.
Do you think if everybody else is ready to work with everybody else, and what the metric that is used to define the work is professionalism instead of religion and tribe, do you think Nigeria would go further as a country?
Yes, I think we should really do away with too much religion attached to everything we do. Let's just come together, work as one, and things will be better. I believe that, yes. 100%.
All right, God bless you, and God bless K Auto Detailing.
Please bring your cars though. If your car is looking old, don't give it to that painter. Bring it to us. We'll make it brand new. We're giving a discount this Christmas. So please, everyone, go to our page, K Auto Detailing.
On Instagram.
Like and comment, and we'll be there to respond to you. Thank you all.
All right, let me talk to Razak. So Razak, you be Hausa man.
Yes.
Tell me, how has it been like working with K?
Carlo is an amazing person. He's the most playful person I've ever met.
He's a panda.
Yeah, he is a panda. But he's an amazing person, and interestingly, I met Carlo on the internet.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I met Carlo on Nairaland. He was looking for a particular detailing compound, and he posted it on Nairaland. And I responded to it, and I said, are you a detailer? Because it's something that's not very popular in Nigeria. Yeah, there are people who do the buffing thing and all of that, but detailing is a different thing. And that's how we met. This was about 2.5 years ago, thereabouts. And from then, we started talking. We became friends. Of course, we had something in common, cars and detailing. And it's hard to find somebody who understands exactly what you do in Nigeria. And when we did, it was a relationship made in heaven. And since then, it's been from one thing to the other. And this is the second time we're actually collaborating. It's been awesome.
Yes, I've watched you do at least 10 cars in the last 1 month. By 10 cars, I mean Aston Martins, Porsches, Ferraris, a Rolls Royce, many Mercedes Benzes, the latest Lexuses and Range Rovers, Jaguars, you know, and I've seen a level of professionalism from two people from two different tribes. When you guys come together, what you're looking for is not, he's my brother, is he can work. If Nigerian standards are set on who can do this work, not who is my brother, we will grow in our professionalism, and most importantly, we will prosper. True. Because we have the raw materials. True. Guys, you can take a look at the work they've done on this car. This is Madame Tasteboard's car. Can you see the level of gloss? Oh my God, you can see I'm wearing boxers. This is the level of gloss that will come out of your car when they work on it. Polishing is still coming here. You can see me. To say I know if I wear trousers, I'll see my life. See, as the car, they show my whole life. You can see my neighbors. This is what the paint work of your car will look like when they are done. K Auto Detailing. If you see the way these guys work together as a team, you'd be impressed. And you wonder, where is the hate coming from? Who is generating this hate? K Auto Detailing, look at what they've done to Madame's car. How it is shining. They know how to polish your car. Like you just drove it off the lot in the factory. But what's more impressive than the beautiful shine and gloss they bring out of your car paint is the fact that an Igbo and a Hausa man can work together despite religious and ethnic differences. They're always smiling with one another. I've never seen them fight. So I wonder where the narrative of, these people are, they are our enemies, these other people are, I wonder where that narrative comes from. All right, guys, there's a huge lesson to be learned from the gentleman at K Auto Detailing. Nigeria will be such a beautiful place if we, instead of fighting one another, come together as one in love. A lot of you don't realize that the instruction for tithing meant the tithe, Levitical tithe was meant to be shared with the foreigners, the widows, the orphans, and the Levites equally. I'm going to read this to you from the book of Deuteronomy 14. If you start from 22, it says, you must set aside a tithe of your crops, 1/10 of all the crops you harvest each year. Bring this tithe to the designated place of worship, the place the Lord your God chooses for his name to be honored. and eat it there. You are supposed to eat your tithe in the place the Lord your God has chosen. This applies to your tithe of grain, new wine, olive oil, and the firstborn males of your crops and herds. Now, doing so will teach you to always fear the Lord your God. Now, when the Lord blesses you with a good harvest and the place of worship he chooses for his name to be honored might be too far for you to bring the tithe. If so, you might sell the tithe portion of your crops and herds, put the money in a pouch, and go to the place the Lord your God has chosen. When you arrive, you may use the money to buy any kind of food you want: cattle, sheep, goat, wine, or other alcoholic drinks. Then feast there in the presence of the Lord, meaning paying your tithe was feasting on the food you like and the alcoholic drinks that you like, right there in the presence of the Lord, in the place his name has been, in the place he's chosen for his name to be worshipped. That's the instruction for tithe. And this is what extends into Malachi 3:8-10. If you check the book of Nehemiah, it breaks it down. Because as we proceed with this, if you go at the end of every third year, bring the entire tithe of that year's harvest and store it in the nearest town. Give it to the Levites, who will receive no allotment of land among you, as well as, not give it to the Levites to share too, give it to the Levites as well as the foreigners living among you, the orphans, the widows in your town, so they can eat and be satisfied. Then the Lord your God will bless you in all your work. Now, this was the old law, but if you see how the old law was dispensed, the tithe was meant for the foreigners as much as those who worked in the temple. So if you have a foreigner living among you, you have to learn the art of making that foreigner comfortable. The old law says it, the new law says it. So guys, if you still look at somebody from a different ethnic or religious background from you as somebody to be despised, you are going against God's commandments. You need to understand that some people are making money off the fact that there's chaos in Nigeria. And there's some people who are not going to be happy if Nigeria and Nigerians come together to progress. Let's learn to live in love with one another. Let's learn to do away with the dangers of religious and ethnic sentiment and embrace professionalism, love, compassion. Let's care for one another. Let us grow our country back into the prosperous giant it used to be. God bless you all.